Hello everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Today I want to talk about ageism and challenging aging stereotypes in the media. There's an article by one of our bloggers, Catherine Sifter, who wrote this article highlighting how she sees this challenge and also mentioning some groups that are doing positive things to push back on aging stereotypes. And 60andMe, I would consider as one of them. She mentions us, of course, and it's a really important topic, I think, for us as we get a bit older. Now, there's all kinds of approaches that brands take to market their products. And if they want to sell anything that's, fashionable or a beauty product, they tend to say things like, here's 20 ways that you can look younger. Use these products, or products that are going to help you look 5 years younger, rather than saying 10 products to make you feel more stylish or look more stylish. There's other ways of talking about it, but there's this fear-based marketing around youth being the only measurement of beauty, and of course that's very harmful to older people. And even though intellectually we might say, that doesn't bother me, I don't care what people think anymore, we do care what people think. And it's not that we want to be looked at and said, oh, that person's beautiful or looks younger. It's just that we want to be valued, and we want people to somehow have a maturity that takes their conversation about aging and about being older to a level other than physical beauty. And of course we all know as older women that we genuinely don't really mind what people say, because we've matured and we know that it doesn't really indicate who we are. It's not a measurement of who we are. But I think it's still an issue, and it's hurtful. And it sometimes turns out to be discriminatory, and there's a prejudice about older people. I know there's been a situation a couple of times where I think I've signed up for something, or I've had to give my age, and it doesn't go beyond the age of 40. Like, the option isn't even there. And I know, like, for example, doing surveys, they'll sometimes say only people up to the age of 50. Maybe that's a valid argument for their product, which may be something that we as older women would never want to purchase or buy. But I think there's enough brands that should know that older women have money, and we may be a different way of spending it. We may be more cautious or wiser about how we spend our money. But we represent a very big community in the consumer world in most categories. And if we're not making the decision ourselves, like purchasing it ourselves, we're helping others in our family to make the decision, our children, grandkids, and friends. So we have an influence. We are influencers. Older women are influencers. So if you talk about ageism and prejudice based on people and their age, even in the medical profession, doctors will say, well, you're getting older, you can kind of expect this to happen. Well, why? Yes, maybe things do happen as you get older statistically and all the rest of it, but it can be embedded in the politics or in the policies, like not giving joint replacement therapy over a certain age, or even mammograms. I actually went to the doctor recently to have an annual checkup, and I was due to have a mammogram every 2 years, is what I do now. And she said something like, well, maybe you don't even need to do these mammograms anymore. So, because I'm getting older? And she didn't want to say it, but that was the implied thing. And so there are policies in medicines that hold back people getting certain treatments because of their age. I think it's really, really kind of scary. So I think our job, one of our jobs, is to reframe the mindset about aging. Now, we're already doing stuff that tells people we're not, we're not influenced by boundaries. When we're traveling, we're trying new businesses, we're starting new jobs, we're working in consultancy roles, we're mentoring, we're doing all kinds of things that may not, our parents and grandparents did not have the opportunity to do. So we're out there doing things that shadow. We're wearing clothes that maybe are a little bit expressive of our personality. We're doing our hair differently, maybe wearing more makeup than people expect an older person to do, maybe have hobbies that are a little bit out there, that are not quite the knitting and whatever else that you might expect of an older person. But even the social media channels, I think, are not helping with this. Now, I was doing some research on this. I'm now, for 60andMe, I'm now on website, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And we are on all those channels, plus the website, of course, the articles that we publish there. And I just did some research, and it turns out that only 4% of people on TikTok are over 55. Now I'm, in my 70s, so I'm way over that number. And I don't have a huge following. I don't have millions of viral posts because the algorithm for TikTok does not favor older people. Instagram, I was so surprised with Instagram. I thought it would be much higher, but 6%. 6% of Instagram audience is over 55. Which is astounding. Now, Instagram is, I guess, a tradition, or has grown into like a fashion, beauty, and people are advertising lots and lots of times now on Instagram their products for younger, who they think are younger people. But we wear makeup. I mean, I wear makeup. I buy clothes. In fact, as I said, if we don't buy things ourselves, we influence the purchase. Anyway, 6% on Instagram. Twitter is 17%. And who knows where that will go now. But the one that surprised me, not the most, but it's obviously the place for older people, is Facebook. And that's 62% are people over 55. So that's kind of where we gravitate. We start our Facebook groups, we have Facebook conversations, and there's a lot of older people now in Facebook. And of course, Facebook has got WhatsApp and Instagram, I believe, is a Facebook company. I should know this, but they've got other places that they can reach younger demographic. But it's really amazing how few places actually are kind of embracing and welcoming of the older generation. So can you spot ageism on social media or in any other places? Has it ever happened to you that you feel you've been discriminated against or treated differently because of your age? One of the things in this article, I think the woman that she talks about is Meg Laporte, who does something called Art Against Ageism. And I think that she has regular workshops and other things that support art and or work towards using art as a way of expressing an opposition to ageism. But there's other places to go, and I wanted to mention some of the ones that she mentions in her article, which you could read, is Ashton Applewhite. She's written a book, Rocking Chair. I can't remember the exact name of it, but Ashton, I interviewed her about 5 years ago, and she's great. She's really pushing back on aging stereotypes and doing it in a very more of an intellectual way. But she's written some books and doing some good things online. There's also End Ageism Together. I don't know that one, but you can check it online. End Ageism Together. There's Old School Clearinghouse. Now, I for some reason thought that was associated with Ashton, but it's called Old School Clearinghouse. And they have online workshops and live shows and other things to sort of just start this conversation going in a different direction. And if there are any brands watching this show, I mean, I don't tag things and I don't have any sponsorships and anything like that. But if you're just happen to be cruising around an older person's blog and an older blogger influencer like me, just know that we are important to you. Brands, we have money, we have time, we have a desire to enjoy beautiful things in life, and we are spending money in ways that you might be surprised. So if you have any hesitation about it, get in touch with us. I mean, we'll talk to you about what we know about older women particularly and how you can reach them, because we are, I think in most categories, I think I said, the leading person for generating sales. Even if we're not actually signing the check, we're influencing. Anyway, it's a great conversation. I hope that you can feature your experience with ageism and discrimination as an older woman. Let's help each other through this. And if you liked the video and you found it useful, please subscribe to this channel. We have over 200,000 subscribers now on YouTube, which is wonderful. But the more women we can reach, the more of a solid and strengthened community we can have around the world. We have women in 150 countries now who visit our website and our YouTube channel, and we'd love to have more. And so please feel free to connect with us and join our Patreon supporters group if you would like that. And just tune into our other channels. Join me on TikTok. It's fun there. It's a very casual format. And of course, Instagram and other channels too. But thank you so much for being here, for your support. Sending you lots of love.